Yeah, with the mana change as well, going into the late game, when you are closer to the Crystal Maiden, you are going to get more regen out of the aura there as well. So Neon, what do they want to be going for in this? Because I mean, you've got one support and a carry. You're probably not going to play the Death Prophet position 1. So I mean, you could even run that Death Prophet position 5, but with the Witch Doctor out, maybe not.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I used to play a lot of position for Death Prophet. It's not bad, but the changes to the Spirit Siphon, the way the hero is, makes it a bit awkward. Plus, you gotta play against Morphling, Crystal Maid. I feel like it's going to be, position 3 Death Prophet. TNC, their burst damage is Salt, and there's your position for. Ooh. All right, so I believe that's going to be Playhard's Shadow Shaman. Big fan. I'm a big fan of this hero, and it is like his second most played hero of the year. Great lockdown, which we said you need someone to lockdown,
Yeah.
and people start jumping in. You can catch them. Shadow Shaman is just one of the best heroes for that. You are up against Primal Beast, you can sort of charge from far away, but apart from that, Morphling and Crystal Maid not gonna have an easy time to get next to Shadow Shaman and cancel it. Maybe Morphling later on, yes, but Crystal Maid Frostbite not ideal. I like this Shadow Shaman pick a lot from Neon. It also gives you a good amount of tower push, which, I mean, we already had Death Prophet, but now you can exo one tower and snake the other and still be pretty good. Or just bring down towers in half a second with both spells. Also good Roche potential with these two.
Yeah, and TNC, I'm assuming this is an off-lane Primal Beast. So TNC looking for the position 4. Just looking, yeah, the Scar's been taken out, the Hoodwink's been removed there as well. So what else? I know I bang on about the Tusk,
Mid, yes.
yeah, the
I mean,
Faceless
why
Squeeze.
not, right? Face Void goes away. Poor Doom.
Yeah.
Got as well as Tiny, because, yeah, it does look like TC probably needs their position 4, unless the Primal Beast or the Queen of Pain is going to be flexing the position 4. Not sure how I feel about that. What they go with? They go with the Clockwork. All right, really, like, this is a really good counter to the Shadow Shaman as well as the Witch Doctor. When either one of them is channeling their spells, it's the easiest hook shot of your life. So this is a good hero to have. Yeah, I like the pick where they're going to go with for the carry. They go with the Anti-Mage. Hallelujah! Anti-Mage is here. Fortune Soul. How do you feel about this, Rob? You were talking about this here earlier.
Yeah, especially against Queen of Pain, Crystal Maiden, they're gonna have the high mana pool, being able to just get in their face, take away the mana so the Queen of Pain can't blink away. I like this pick. I just don't know if it's as good as, because we saw last game, the Morphling just kind of ran away with the game. So, and Anti-Mage is kind of that similar as along the lines of the PA. You need to be getting that Battle Fury, you need to be getting yourself some farm. Morphling, from the second item, can look to fight. And I don't know, it's going to be close, I think. I think I prefer TNC's draft here.
Here's the thing, though. Asta's their carry player and Krish is their mid laner. So it's kind of weird that are they going to go Morphling mid? Are they swapping roles? It's also going to be a position 4 Crystal Maiden because Mavis is their position 5.
Yeah.
So that is another one where I like that. I like Crystal Maiden is getting more firepower. Like, we've seen the shard Blink Dagger BKB takes some time, obviously, to get online, but it's a pretty good damage build to have. So interesting swaps from TNC. I don't know if they're fast enough to go on Neon. I think I'm all in on Neon, though. One, as I like disagreeing with you, but two, I do like that they have this tower push. I think they can buy enough time for the Anti-Mage to come online.
Well, we are going to find out how this is going to go as we get ourselves straight into this first game between the two teams. And yeah, okay. We agreed to disagree once again. Straight into a pause.
Start off. Yep, straight. That, I mean, if that's not how professional Dota goes, I don't know how. Well, yeah, I think TNC's draft is pretty decent. It's like you got some tanky guys, you got some decent damage overall, good mix. Magic pure as well as physical. It's all, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think that I think Neon's gonna take it. Just their lab's more specialized. You got good pushers with the Death Prophet and the Shadow Shaman. You make space for the Anti-Mage, and you're gonna win this. And Witch Doctor's gonna give him a good lane. There's one thing Witch Doctor can do is win the laning stage.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what will be the off lane. Bok on this Primal Beast, Carlo on the Crystal Maiden. Just thinking, you've got the Crystal Nova for the slow. You're gonna have the Frostbite as well, which means that Primal Beast is gonna be able to engage with the, just gonna be able to come in with the Onslaught into the Trample, and it's gonna be a lot of burst damage for, and if you can lock it down onto the Anti-Mage, he can't get that blink away. You can absolutely just run over that hero in the early laning stage.
Well, one hero I'll definitely be keeping an eye on is going to be the Shadow Shaman. It feels like it's going to be really important for him to have a good game here. And plus, it's one of my favorite heroes to play, and it's always cool when the pros pick. He went for Ether Shock level 1, which is the good amount of damage that you can do with that. You can only last hit the creep that your carry is going to be missing. I always do that because, well, I just can't rely on my carry, can I?
There's nothing wrong with carries. They just need a little bit of time to warm up to get into the game.
Well, so I'm trying to sell something a little bit here, but yeah, Neon Esports. What are we gonna go? It looks like it's gonna be a 2-for-2 in terms of bounty ruins. Nothing crazy here.
Maybe
TNC.
Fortune. I was just watching Fortune trying to get the blink away there as the battery still coming through from Mavis. I thought he might have had enough on the lockdown, but Fortune Soul was able to pull away just long enough to get that blink. But it means then that, Fortune Soul, he's being forced into the blink right off the bat, so there's no real harass to come out for him until level 2 at least.
Top lane, what's it gonna be? This CM is taking took Maldic level 1, and Carlo is gonna be getting more hits. He's doing his best to you want to take as little damage as you can. Go back, doesn't go damage, but he's eating a tree. This is gonna be fine. What's it called? Crystal Nova is such a good damage spell because you can hit 2 heroes, 260 damage. Here, just harass some last hits for himself as well.
Yeah, and do you expect? I'm expecting the Aura to come out level 2. Arcane Aura, get that regen back up in this. Well, for everybody really, but in this lane, so you can spam out the spells here for the Primal Beast. And he did actually go for the Uproar at level 1, so he's expecting to be taking some harass to come through, so he can get the extra armor to come through. The extra attack damage.
Well, a lot of times we're seeing that, like the Crystal Mains, they go 1-1 by level 2 because they skip Arcane Aura till a bit later, just because you get so much, like you're so strong at level 2 if you have Frostbite available.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they want to go. They might just be like, hey, it's worth it. You eat your mangoes and get us the first blood against the Witch Doctor, who doesn't have Paralyzing Cast, and they will be hitting level 2 very soon on TSC, this top lane. One more creep should do it for them. Alright, 2 more creeps should do it for them.
This creep wave should do it for them. Yeah, we'll see.
Eventually. There you go. As I said, I don't know how I keep doing it, man. I'm so good with this stuff. In the meantime, and Carlo did go for the point in Frostbite, so I do want to get this kill on SE.
Yeah, and it does mean that, if SE comes too far forward, the Crystal Nova into the Frostbite, into the Trample, should be more than enough to take down this Witch Doctor. And like you say, he's not got that Paralyzing Cast just yet, but even if he does throw it out, I mean, it's like 2 bounces at level 1, so it's not like a major game stopper here. Malik's going to go with that. Bok, does he want to go? The Uproar does come through into the Trample, and the damage is going to be enough. No, Fortune Soul! Well, he gets the blink off, using those stick charges there as well, but Bok might still go down. It's going to be enough to keep him alive there. He does have a salve as well.
Yeah, he is pretty damn tanky on the Primal Beast. Plus, he has that flag bearer. He just eats everything he has. Meanwhile, by the way, it is gonna be the carry Queen of Pain in the safe lane here. This is not usual. This is quite weird to see this here being played this position. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Can work. The hero's got decent agi gain. It's just it's weird, when you see a hero in the new role like this.
Yeah, I mean, this was done. Was it before last year, or was it the year before? Where this was kind of the thing that the Queen of Pains were being picked up into the safe lane to kind of play the aggression to come out early on. You get your quick ultimate, you look for a bit of farm, and you just kind of win the lane from that. So the first blood is going to go the way of Asta. Drain onto Mavis. Mavis does he want to try and maybe turn this around. He does have a salve, but the drain's going to be coming through onto Death Prophet once again. So Mavis, he's just trying to break some ankles, but that Spirit Siphon, it doesn't dislodge from breaking vision, and it does mean that it's going to be a 1-for-1. Both cores in this lane getting a kill.
50 damage a second at level 3 is pretty absurd, actually. And the fact that spell goes up all the way to 130 can be pretty damn amazing. Meanwhile, though, it doesn't. Primal Beast is getting a good amount of denies, but CS we're still favoring Fortune Soul a little bit here. And this is like I said, I feel like this a lot goes to the Witch Doctor. You know, you don't want to fight with the Witch Doctor around. You know, you chase in the trees, the coconuts come out, they bounce. It's very annoying for TNC. They want to be aggressive, but it's very hard to do that against this Witch Doctor.
Yeah, and Buck, he's just gone for the double braces. Double braces into the face boots. So really big tanky boy. Mid lane as well. We've not really spoken about this, but Chris up against Avatar. And if we take a look, it's really close on the last hits, but Chris is just taking a lot more harass coming through from the Flame Guard. The waveform does come through, but Avatar mode underneath the tower going to be taking a bit of damage here coming through from the Morphling, but it's still going to be a lot of damage going way back the way of the Morphling. And in fact, Ember Spirit still has the bottle, so he still has the water in the bottle to regen up more than the Morphling.
Well, it's very annoying for the Morphling, by the way, is because you can't remove the Flame Guard. It's very difficult for him to do so in this matchup. Waveform doesn't do it. Needs to be very careful as well. If you go for more agi, you take all that magic damage from the Flame Guard because you're not exactly like the longest range hero with only 350. So Avatar mode, he's playing this lane pretty well. Yeah, he's not winning in terms of CS by any margin, but he's definitely annoying Krish. You know, Krish has to be very careful. At any point, he might fall, lose his life.
Yeah, top lane, the cask into the Maldic does come out. Bok, he doesn't have the mana for the trample though. He's right on top of Essie there. Could have been a lot of damage at Primal Beast. He's just going to go back into the jungle, hit that Tango, and just try and heal up again. He's got the regen coming through from the double bracer, so he's going to be more than fine after this. The Maldic was off.
Again, Krish, just always low health. Avatar mode, is he close to level 60? He's very close. That could be something to be worried about here. And by the way, he's maxing the Flame Guard, recognizing the value of it in this particular match. Top lane, Bok.
Does he get himself out? For him. Yeah, Trample, he does have just brown boots, but the casting's going to bounce. It's not going to bounce right back to him, though. Does he have enough regen to... He's going to be fine. Surely. Yeah, he's not going to take
he's fine. He's fine. He's alright. He's good. You know, he's next to the tower. It's only level 2 Maldic though. Oh. The damage per sec is not bad.
In the mid lane though, there is going to be a grab onto the Clockwork Mavis as you want to try and turn this one around. He's got that haste. He's level 3, so he's just going to chase forward with the Battery Soul onto Playhard, and Playhard's not going to be able to get away. And Mavis does pick up the kill. Even Carlo rotating now, so they're going to know that Anti-Mage has a bit more of a free lane, and Bok just has to back himself up here. Again, big tanky boy, but he just needs to be careful. Another salve comes in, and he can't take any damage. He just has to put Trample onto Fortune Soul, so he forces out the Blink. Might be able to pocket these two braces and heal himself up. He's actually just going to pop the salve.
No, he's like, I don't really care enough. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. He pops it back. But not getting the full value of the salve, but he's going to be close enough to full health. I don't think he's going to care too much.
No.
And plus he gets like 7 health regen a second, so he's okay. I'm excited to see what Avatar mode can do right now on this Ember Spirit. And by the way, Asta in the bottom lane also take a bit of damage here. Oh, this could be her life.
Yeah, the Shackles comes out, but no Blink for the next 5 seconds. In fact, the Drain, it might be enough. Was that Crypt Swarm? He doesn't have the mana for it, but one more right click. Enryu picks up the kill. Meanwhile, the top lane, Bok, again, there's going to be the Maldic. Jump forward here now by Fortune Soul, and he's not going to have the mana for the charge away here, Bok, so Bok should go down. The Maldic will be enough to secure the kill.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the Primal Beast, by the way, that makes him such a victim to the Witch Doctor. You want to really be at the front. One of your abilities literally charges you in, and because of that, it's super good for Witch Doctor. We've seen this matchup before, Witch Doctor versus the Primal Beast, and it's very easy for you to get your ultimate off as well. So it's all favoring the Witch Doctor right now. It's going to go for the Arcane Boots. I'm going to help him a little bit with that mana pool. Here it does struggle a little bit, especially once Voodoo Restoration comes out. Avatar mode though. What are you gonna do? He's got Mavis here, but this is just for securing the ruins.
Carlo comes down, Frostbite onto him. There's going to be the waveform forward now as well. The Maldic's going to be dropped onto the Crystal Maiden. A lot of damage, but he's going to be able to dive away to that Remnant here, the Ember Spirit. Essie tries to deny himself to Roche. The Fairy Fire wasn't enough, and Carlo does secure the kill onto the Witch Doctor, which does leave, unfortunately, Anti-Mage on his own. He's already used that Blink, and Bok, this is the time he can take over the lane. Fortune Soul, Trample 6 seconds away. Fortune Soul has the Blink though, so he's just looking for the farm, and the tower would have taken shots at Bok, so Bok just moves himself away. Meanwhile, behind the tier 1 and the tier 2, the Cogs comes out, the Battery Soul comes out, and Avatar mode goes back in the box.
That is unfortunate. I mean, this is the guy. This is your playmaker. This is the guy that you're going to be playing around. They still have Enryu though with an Exodus and bomb lane if they want to play with him, and they need to pick which top lane though. This is all you're going to be able to get. They do get Fortune Soul, so everything looking up, looking in favor of TNC. Your big farmer is down, and the guy who's supposed to be making space for him is also down. But bottom lane, Enryu pops the Exo, goes for the tower, and for Neon, maybe you shift your focus, play around the DP more.
Yeah, and you can see that Asta's already moved himself into the jungle looking for stacks. 3 points into the Scream as well, so he is going to be able to deal with those quite quickly. You don't want to block it though, you got to get those wolves out.
The fact that he's picked Sonic, Queen of Pain as a carry means that we expect him to be fairly active. You want to show up Sonic Wave. It's not like Chronosphere where there's a risk of hitting your allies or something. Here it's just you want to show up, you want to use it, you want to go out. And the Tier 1 tower actually doesn't fall in the bottom lane. Not enough exorcism level 1. Half the damage that it used to do. So, you used to be able to melt towers with the hero, but now you just can't. Yeah, well, not as well as you used to, at least.
No. And yeah, so top lane Bok, he's got to the point now. Not too far off the face of it, or the mid lane. They might be able to go into avatar mode once again. He was trying to get the D-ward off now as well, but the Frostbite just jumps himself away to the Fire Remnant. There was an adaptive strike coming through for the Morphlin, but it just follows him to the other Remnant.
And Carlos 2 points in Frostbite, so it's not the biggest thing. You might have been able to if you can get the cogs off as well, but Clockwork Mavis, I think they're going to be giving him the Tome of Knowledge. Definitely needs to hit that level 6. We're seeing this more and more often. Sports are around level 4 or 5 at the 10 minutes because just the experience required is so much more than before. Can they kill Asta on bottom lane? Playhard's been here for a long time, not showing himself.
Yeah, top lane. There's going to be the charge. In fact, he charges after the blink. There's going to be the Mana Void, but it's not going to be enough. The Maledict comes out. Is the only level 5 on SC, so he doesn't have the Death Ward. Bok should be able to walk that one off. Caught the tail end of that, yeah, but Bok was charging up the charge as the blink came away from the Anti-Mage, so he was just going to jump on it wherever the Anti-Mage went.
Of course, they smoked up. Oh, the smoke breaks. They have the Clockwork Cog if they want to use it.
Yeah, battery still comes out. He was turned into a chicken, but the chicken still has the batteries. It's just going to be a kill onto Playhard, and if he wants to use it now as well, he has that hook shot. But there's going to be the rotation coming in from SE, and SE has the cast to bounce. He's already used that Maledict though, so Mavis just backs himself away.
Playhard's been kind of... It's been interesting to watch him play this game because he's been like sort of holding Enryu's hand bottom lane. He's lowest net worth in terms of supports, half of Carlo's net worth, and SE might be losing his life now as well.
Point blank hookshot onto SE. The silence comes out, but the damage has already been done, even using the freezing field here now as well. Mavis will be the revenge kill as Playhard does TP himself back down to the bottom lane. Even going to be a rotation coming through from avatar mode. Drops a remnant.
They really
dive
want
back
this
to.
tower.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
And I mean, they already expanded 1 EXO on it. Can you imagine if they have to expand 2? Won't feel very good for Neon Esports. So TNC doing a good job of holding on to their tower, and Bok in the meantime, by the way, pushing Fortune Soul into the jungle creeps. Means Bok, he's having a pretty decent time. Much less pressure on him to push the tower as well.
Yeah. The main thing it seems to be for Bok is just to keep the pressure up onto the Anti-Mage, and again, double braces. Asta's rotated up now as well. Sonic Wave's available. They can chase it onto this AM if they can find the vision, but AM, Fortune Soul, just in the jungle. And again, going towards a Battle Fury here, but 12.5 minutes in, at least this time, Fortune Soul has the power treads. That's going to offer him a little bit more damage, a little bit more survivability. Mid lane, they might try and make a move. Mavis is behind. Uses that rocket flurry. He's not going to go in with a hook shot, though.
Meanwhile, top lane is just going to fall. There you go. And you wouldn't think that that lineup that doesn't have Shadow Shaman and DP would get the tower first. Like, you think it falls right after, but still shocking to see that. I mean, what was the best tower push on TNC's lineup right now? Queen of Pain? That's kind of insane to think about.
Look at this. It could be a point-blank hookshot into the battery assault now as well. Fortune Soul, where's that charge going to come from? Into the Pulverize, and Bok Mavis secure the kill onto the Anti-Mage. Yeah, and Mavis was just watching. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're going to be able to go into Morphlin. Morphlin will be the revenge kill now as well, but the freezing field comes out. Playhard, he's dropped the Serpent Wards. There's going to be the trample, the Death Ward onto Bok as well. Just look at how quickly he loses that life, even with how tanky he is. Avatar mode, does he get himself out? He earned the one more right click. It's going to be enough, and Carlo picks up the kill, even around those Serpent Wards. monster. Don't go back to farm them, Carlo. Don't go back to farm them, Carlo.
He must look at the gold. It's 34. It's 30. That's gold. That's the gold you don't get. You don't get offensive supports. Overall, Neon. Let's see. You trade what 2 for 2. If you can get the tower, it looks like they won't. But I think that's kind of solid for them. Losing their anti-mage is not ideal, but it's not as bad as it was last game when we saw the PA for Hokori was. I think that like that. This seems like a little bit of a better game for Fortune Soul right now.
Look at this, Mavis. He picks up the regen rune just to deny, but there's going to be a backstab coming through. He drops the cogs. Maledict is down. The drain coming through from the Death Prophet as well. So they do lose the clockwork. Really good. Just hanging around in the jungle here, waiting for anybody to TP in, push this lane out, and they do get a catch.
No snakes, no exo, but looks like shouldn't be a problem for them. They should be able to just take the mid lane tower. And Neon, all right, they're putting their foot on the gas a little bit right now. They're like, all right, we got take fights. We can do it. So Avatar mode still needs a bit more to get that Maelstrom though. So it is lacking slightly in terms of in the damage department. Play hard. He is queuing up a Arcane Boots after the Tranquil Boots. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for it, cause, that would be interesting.
It'd be different.
I mean, he's got 2 feet.
True.
But why not put 2 things in them? On them, sorry. All right. In the meantime, though, it's 2K advantage for TNC, which is not too. It's pretty solid for them. But I don't think Neon Esports too worried about this. Overall, I'd say late game their lineup is a little bit better. Although SE, speaking of lineups, all right, he's gonna be fine.
Is he gonna get this kill? He is. The Mana Void comes out afterwards here, and he used the hook shot, but he just chases him down. Fortune Soul, he's so close to that Battle Fury. He's gonna be a triple stack, a quad stack waiting for him in the jungle when he gets it up, and so that is gonna be his catch-up mechanic there as well. He's only about 1,000 gold behind the Morphlin in terms of 1 versus 1, but yeah, Chris, it just looks like he wants to get a little bit more active. He's going to have this Yasha soon now as well. I'm surprised that there's been, with an anti-mage, there's going to be a Battle Fury, which, is going to be shared okay. The gold here with Avatar mode. I'm surprised this triangle hasn't been attempted to be warded up here by TNC, just to try and deny that kind of farm to the anti-mage.
I mean, they have a sentry there. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I guess they thought the rockets. We do see that Mavis is throwing out rockets there, trying to get some vision off. But for TNC, they might be saying, "Oh, we're okay with anti-mage getting some farm." It's kind of weird because Neon Esports, they can play fast with the 4 heroes and go late with the anti-mage. Same time, TNC, they're not too worried. They're ahead in terms of Earth. They seem to be having a pretty solid game. Avatar, was he in trouble? He might be.
Shot, yeah, into the cogs to push him back. Trample comes out, freezing field into the frostbite. Pulverize. He's just absolutely. They turned him into a paste.
The poor guy. I mean, he took 3 ultimates. You can't be that. You can't be deader than that, basically. So, well played for them. Again, though, is Neon worried about this? Fortune Soul. There's the Battle Fury. Now he starts farming. I love how I'm like, sometimes you're like, oh, now he's online. Like, no, now he starts farming. Well,
yeah. So 17 minutes in onto the Battle Fury power tread. So it's a little bit slower than the average, but it's it's not bad. 17 minutes, like I say, this is where I would like to see TNC just constantly rotate, maybe put the pressure onto the anti-mage. But Aster in the top lane, they're going to be able to get the blink onto play hard with the Tumblr's toy.
Dodges it before that. He sees the rock. He's like, should I be worried? He's going to go for the blink dagger. Okay, so not opting for our I must say, creative 2 boots ideas, but instead he's just going to go for the blink dagger, which is it's fine. You can jump and catch people. We talked about the mobility from TNC, and a blink dagger on the Shadow Shaman's pretty much mandatory to solve that. Although, here we go, Bach.
And Ryu, was he? No, he was silenced. He actually used the pulverized Death Ward. Comes out, it's going to be interrupted by Mavis here. Hookshot onto the Death Prophet. They're going to be able to claim this kill, and they might turn around for even more. Primal Beast, he should be fine, even with this Maledict. As he's going to try and go for the TP, but was anything the cogs to push him away from it yet? And Bach comes in, gets himself the double, so didn't even need the pulverize, and that's going to be his BKB. It was, yeah, so it's going to be his full BKB. 18 minutes in. Not a bad timing here for Bach.
Neon in a really awkward situation right now. They can't. They're like I've been saying. Oh, they have these slime they can fight, but they're not sticking it. They don't seem interested in fighting. Like Playhard's been in the top. Playhard was in the jungle for like the first 10 minutes. The bottom lane. Now he's going top, just farming his blink out. He's not really involved in trying to sort of make space for the team. Avatar mode doesn't feel like he can fight as well. So I mean, he can just finish the Maelstrom, so he could consider getting involved a bit more now, but. Does feel like Neon is. I mean, they're slowing down a little bit after I thought they tried to go a bit more active, but they're gonna go to the mid lane and play out very close to that blink tag. Only before he goes, oh, Bach, that was ballsy. But with BKB, he can do whatever he wants, basically.
Yeah, and the blink dagger to come out afterwards as well. Bach's gonna be an absolute. I mean, he's been an absolute menace in this game so far. 5, 2, and 3. He's a third of the kills on TNC and about half of the kill assist participation.
Yeah, it's anti-mage versus the world though, and anti-mage. I mean, I kind of love these kind of games. It's the 1 versus 5 kind of games where it's like, will anti-mage come online in time to help his team? And I kind of believe. Look at that Neon. They're gonna push bottom. Snakes come out. Everyone's teleporting bottom though from TNC. They do not want to give this here. Mavis is here. Bach is here. Looks like Astel might be here as well. And Ryu dodges the onslaught. He also has a BKB, so he's not that scared. Snakes are gonna be farming barely any damage to the tower. 500 health for 2 ultimates. You'll take that any day if you're TNC.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you say, the Bog, I thought Mavis might have gone for the hook shot, but he just holds it back here. Bog comes in with the onslaught, and it didn't connect, but the threat of it was enough.
Well, they want Krish. Are they gonna go for it? No, I guess they don't want Krish. And 8 people smoke. Only the carries showing on both lanes, and Ryu might walk into this.
As the smoke's going to break, yeah, blinks to the back lines now as well. Henry's going to be in trouble, uses that BKB, but the hookshot doesn't care about your BKB. He just comes into it. There's going to be a little bit of punch from the clockwork, but look at this on the back lines, the pulverize. SC, one more right-click Bach with his BKB, but he can't. But there's going to be the link in the scream, it gets that kill. And now Krish, he's getting involved, they're going to be able to get onto the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit with the sleight of fist. He's just going to be jumping himself away to the Remnant. It's going to be another onslaught in now with a Frostbite onto the Death Prophet. The BKB is already used, but Asa, he gets himself a double kill, diving onto the back lines. Krish takes down Enryu, 18-8, an anti-mage farm your way away, because TNC, they're just taking you tier 2 and they don't look like they want to slow down. They've got a catapult, there's going to be another creep wave coming in, and this is going to be putting pressure on the base, which leaves them open to maybe move over to the Roche pit.
Surprisingly, Mavis, he made out. He was being shackled by Shadow Shaman and Spirit Siphon, and somehow he still managed to survive, which was a little crazy to see. In the meantime, though, they're just playing this draft so well on TNC. They're going to go for Roshan now, realizing, hey, we have the damage we need with just the Morphling. Anti-Mage, he's getting close to the Manta style, 700 gold away, he's going to have it. And apart from Clockwork, he can generally get away from basically anyone on TNC's side. Fortune Soul, he's farmed, man, but can he do this? It is turning into 1 versus 5 game. It's getting there, man.
Yeah, and Critch gets himself an Aegis. And again, they look like they're going to try and pressure onto this tier 2 on the bottom, but Bog doesn't even try and hide himself in the trees. He just straight TPs in, says, well, come at me then. If you think you can take it, here I am, and come and contest this tier 2. Cleans up the creep wave, moving himself back. He's about 100 gold off the Blink Dagger here as well. This is going to be really big.
I believe Shadow Shaman the Blink Dagger is fairly new. I don't remember if he had the previous fight. Needs to be careful now. Doesn't break the smoke and reveals himself with it. That's kind of Shadow Shaman. That is unfortunate, and looks like he might be losing his life here. Yeah, sorry, play hard. Gets a deny though.
It might cost him his own. Was that scream? Does he have the damage he does? And it's not going to be enough to get the kill onto SC. So yeah, a deny. That's not the worst thing in the world. Hookshot on the backline, so they're going to be able to get themselves onto Enryu. Enryu looking for that TP, nothing to disrupt. There's no bashes, no nothing like that. And the hookshot was already used to get on top of him. So that is going to be but it's a BKB used for the Queen of Pain and the Death Prophet in defensive situations.
Yeah, but it's also the blink reveal of the Shadow Shaman, I believe. So it's kind of like, in the end, I think you're okay with TNC. You get a kill, you use the BKB, enemy uses the BKB, you're kind of okay with that. So, and they are going to get, they get a tower as well. It's a huge win for TNC in the end. Still, Neon, they're trying. I mean, the anti-mage is keeping up in the farm. He's got the Manta. Just 3 more items, and he'll be right where we want him to be.
Yeah. So just wait another 20 minutes, and you know the anti-mage will be online. You'll have finished farming, and then you'll really see TNC. Then it'll be going all against you.
Then the timer really begins for them, you know. But yeah, Neon, look at that level 12 on Enryu, whereas you can see Bach is almost level 15. It is a tough situation for them to deal with.
Did they have the hook shot? There's going to be the 4-staff. Does he guess right, though? He's just going to walk himself into the trees. He sees SC, and that's going to be... Well, there is going to be a Sleight of Fist coming through now as well, the stun. He comes for the hook shot. He's going to be able to catch out too. The Death Ward does come through, but they're going to be able to take down SC. Mavis should still go down. The Mardik will take him down, but the dive away from Avatar mode, nothing to cancel this TP. It doesn't look like Crystal Maiden's in a pig form. Couldn't get the vision onto the Ember Spirit anyway for that Frostbite.
Is that solid? You know, you're behind. You're delaying the time with the Morph. Although again, first Aegis very rarely used to go high ground anyway, so we're gonna be okay with this.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Morph's just using his illusions here from the Manta to push out the mid lane onto the tier 3. Ember Spirit was able to deal with it, but I mean, oh God, he's so close to the Daedalus. About 900 gold top lane as well. Bok wants to TP in, defending his tier 1.
By the way, I'm so sorry. If you're hearing something in the background, that's my son. He just came out from, and he's like, I want to sit here. I want to sit on your lap right here. And so that's a surprise guest appearance.
Well, ask him what he thinks about this game. Who does he think's going to win this?
He says he wants to go to the bathroom, so I don't know what that means. I'll let anyone... It's like, water! Yes! Well, maybe I'll bring him in later. We'll see what he says later. All right, how's that sound? But in the meantime, so I apologize for that, everyone. That's slightly not in my head. Bottom lane though, Avatar, was he gonna be in trouble? No BKB.
He just gets to jump away. Just keeping a remnant. Yeah, at this point, it is sensible the what Avatar mode's doing. Just keeping a remnant inside the base to jump back to.
Tough for Enryu to be behind. It feels like Death Power is one of those years that you really want to be at least even with the enemy team. When you're behind the hero, you know, you want to be able to survive, get those Spirit Siphons, get through the enemy's BKBs. Like, you have to be alive. And when you're behind, it's much easier to just burst the hero down, losing a lot of effectiveness. Fortune Soul, though, I mean, he's going to go for the BKB himself, and he's very close to it. My God, I am hyped as hell to see how this guy's going to handle it. They are pushing bottom here. Aegis close to expiring, 40 seconds. They want to try. Are they going to go for the racks, or are they just going to be poking?
There's no fortification here now as well, so if they want to, they can break the base. Yeah.
This is a very strong poke. This is a whole fist through the eye kind of poke.
They do have a fortification now for the racks if they want to try and do something, but Anti-Mage has only just come back into this, and it looks like, again, TNC, they get themselves in, they find an objective and they back themselves out. They don't overextend. They know, like you say, the Aegis is wearing out, so they don't want to get caught out on Critch, end up losing a life and put them on the back foot. So they get it, and they, like I say, they back themselves out. Now they're going to be able to put pressure on with the Manta Illusions into this mid lane. The fortification does come back, so the racks not going to be taken here. But yeah, Critch, he's out. He's got that Daedalus. What's he building into next? It's going to be the BKB next for the Morph.
Yeah, I mean, he's worried about the control, and why not, right? Like, you already have BKBs on the other cores, and they are, like, play hard. If he gets a Hex off and no one interrupts it, like, it's insanely scary to deal in that situation. Like, there's nothing worse than being controlled by a Shadow Shaman, and your team's nowhere to be around. There's a 5-man smoke, although they seem to be going the other side here. They know where Neon are, but they're like, can we, like, maybe sneak it out? Oh, drops a Observer Ward right next to the enemy sentry. Nice move, nice awareness by Neon, making sure that, even if they didn't push, we're just going to drop sentry no matter what.
Yeah, and they should be able to get this D ward off. Maybe, whose ward is it? Who's getting the gold? The Creeps are just going to deal with the ward anyway, so they don't need to deal with themselves. Yeah, and play hard, he gets that Observer Ward, but Roche 2 minutes away, so TNC, they might look for picks, but just keeping Neon Force back in here. And are they actually going to jump in? They get pulverized with the BKB. Asta's going to be coming in now as well. Hookshot. They take down Enryu. No buyback. 45 seconds. I said looking for picks. That is a quick pick.
And that's a little bit unfortunate. But they don't know if he has buyback or not. So they might be a little bit hesitant to go up high ground. They don't have the Aegis. There just might be a kill, and that's all. Neon, they do smoke up. They want blood, and they kind of have an idea of where Krish is. Krish does not have BKB. Oh, has the Daedalus only. Oh dear, does that? Oh, is that the psychic headband? That might be the psychic headband that dropped for Neon. That's kind of a really good item for your Shadow Shaman, and it goes to the enemy side.
No,
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden has
No,
the
that's
second.
Crystal. Okay, it's still in Neon's stash. I was like checking. I was like, wait, am I wrong? Okay, good for them though. But play hard. He's like, I want gold. I'm not gonna go for that. That's the shard, by the way, which is probably one of the best shards in the game, with the four half snakes.
Yeah.
Very useful to have.
But yeah, even Carlo, he doesn't feel afraid pushing out this lane solo on the top lane as a position 4. You know, you look at what he's going for next, BKB. He's already got the urn, he's got a bracelet to help keep him alive. Glimmer Cape's there as well. We're going to see a 5-man smoke coming out here from the side of Neon. How's that BKB looking? It is up for the anti-mage. He might be able to jump onto Asta now as well, but Asta, he gets himself away. There's a ward down now as well. That's going to see any encroaching vision around the Roche pit, and Roche at least 20 seconds away.
They are Neon. It feels like they're really like trying to get a fight going for them. They kind of get the feeling that TNC split up. They're like, let's try and get a pick off on anyone. Going for a very long backstab. They have vision of this area. They saw Asta pass by. They're like, okay, maybe this is not going to work for them. Neon, they might have to go back to base. They have TPs on all their heroes except Ember Spirit.
So let's see what they want to do here. Roche, it's going to be a long one, 2.5 minutes, yeah. Ooh, did they actually see Critch? He's moved away, that's just an illusion though. They might bait this, or the smoke's not going to break, so it's not going to be jumped on here by Neon.
You ever walk into illusion, the smoke doesn't break, but one guy reacts and everyone's else like, oh, it must be real, you know?
Yeah, all too often actually. That is a common occurrence in my pubs.
Well, it's 11k ahead for TNC, but as long as anti-mage is still farmed, it's not the biggest deal. However, the BKBs are going to be an issue for them to deal with. Oh, they're going
jump in. Box, does he want to go for the BKB? He's going to be hexed up now. The Maldic comes out. He's got that Lincoln's on top of him. Given it over here by the Queen of Pain. Queen wants to jump in onto this. and Ryu has to go for the Force Staff, or Force Staffed away by SC to get him out of danger. But yeah, Primal Beast, he doesn't pop that BKB early, so he wasn't able to get the Pulverize off onto Enryu. Just turned into a chicken.
They might need to get Mavis out first. It feels like until Mavis out, the other two supports can't do much. You can't Shackle, you can't Death Ward if Mavis is alive. And, I mean, if you can get one off, that's great, right? Like, if you can get it off, but it's so much harder when Mavis is alive. And we'll see what they're doing. It's still Neon. What's the win percentage? The win percentage says that they have 40%. I don't think it's that bad, you know? I think it's more like 25, you know? I think that they have a decent shot as long as Anti-Mage... and he is farming well. What's he going to go for next? He's going to go for the Scotty, more stats. Surprisingly low health when you look at the Anti-Mage. He's level 19. He only has 1,700 health, but the Scotty will be fixing that.
Yeah, the Scotty will add to the stats. So you take a look at low health. Look at what Critch has got when he's full agi. Which, okay, he probably doesn't go for that in the fights. Speaking about the fights, just deletes SE.
Poor guy. He stepped into the wrong neighborhood. But that's the problem with the Witch Doctor. That's all you do is win the laning stage, and the hero just falls off like a cliff. I talk about how weak Undying is late game, but he's an absolute monster compared to what Witch Doctor can do. Meanwhile, though, Neon, top lane being threatened a little bit. They have 10 seconds for the Witch Doctor. Everyone's teleporting back. All the cores are here.
Yeah, even Anti-Mage coming back onto this to help defend, and they don't want to lose another tier 3. Roche is going to be coming up in the next 18 seconds as well, so this is where, you know, TNC have forced TPs. So now they know that there's not going to be a massive, quick initiation. If they go into the Roche pit, you know, Neon have to walk over to this pit. They've got the outpost anyway, so they can see anyone walking through. And this is where you just see 1 second away with the illusion in. So they're going to know this Roche is back up. And the big man, what's he going to be giving over? It's going to be a shard.
Surprisingly, nobody on Neon is that great at making Heaven's Halberd, which is a problem because you're up against 2 range right clickers. You know, both the Morphling as well as this Queen of Pain. They itemize 2 right click, you know. So, well, I mean, Queen of Pain's only got Witchblade, but Christians, if you can just like you use the Heaven's Halberd on the guys, just nothing.
Well, they might.
Speaking of nothing, it's Roshan.
Yeah, and you give the shot over to Critch Heroes as well because, you know, being able to get the attribute shift off while you're stunned That's going to be a big benefit, a massive benefit here, as Anti-Mage trying to do his best to right onto the bottom lane, push it out, and he's most of the way there now to the Scud. He's only, what's that, 2050, 1200, so he's about 700 gold away from finishing.
Could have it by the time they defend. Sorry, next team fight happens. There's a smoke here in the top lane, and looks like Neon should be able to defend just with the Ember Spirit. Do they really want to go? Oh, they're going for it! They're going for it!
Yeah, Bok, but there's going to be mass TPs back now as well to try and defend this. Carlo comes in, he has the BKB, there's going to be the freezing field onto 3. Can they go even further? They're going to be able to get the kill onto Bok, but Critch goes down, and it looks like they're going to go... Yeah, Critch gets a double kill. He's going to be able to go onto Mavis. Mavis, though, gets himself away with a backpack, gets a hookshot in point blank, and Avatar mode. This is going to be his BKB. Seen by the rocket flare. Asked, does he want to carry on going? Blink in 1 second. Can Blink catch up? He's got that silence now as well in Avatar mode. He's out of mana. Just look at how slowly this Remnant's going to go, and he's not going to be able to get anywhere. He just dies. 4 heroes dead for Bok, and that's going to be a great trade coming through for TNC. TNC absolutely fine with that, losing the Primal Beast, keeping the tier 3 tower alive, and taking down 4 heroes.
The small benefit of that is that they were able to do that on the enemy side of the map, right? Like if you kill, like if you get team wiped, you want to make sure you get team wiped on the enemy's part, and so they're all going to be back in by the time TNC tries to push. However, it is very bold to jump on the Primal Beast. Like Primal Beast with a BKB trying to get the kill on him. That was pretty bad, but it's kind of that's how it expected it to go.
Yeah.
If jumping a Primal Beast next to his tier 3 tower.
Yeah, and TNC didn't even expand the fortification there as well. They're going to take down a range Rax, melee Rax, fortification safe for Neon if they want to use it. Did they just give up a Rax? Anti-Mage is not coming back to defend here. Yeah, no, they're not going to fortify on that.
Well, sorry about that. Yeah, he's got the Scotty though if he wants it. It's in the stash, so when he TP's back, he's gonna be able to have it for his team. You can't give 2 racks. One's fine. You can defend against 1, but 2 is a bit much. Krish in front.
Chris is going to have the full Aghanims flying in now as well.
Oh. For people who are unaware, what this does is that you steal stats when you transform. You get some bonus based on what the enemy's main stat is. So for agility, you get 70 attack speed. For strength, you get status resistance, 40%. And intelligence, you get, who cares, 25 spell amp.
And they just blow up Enryu once again. He's going to be in the grave. Yeah, he has to buy back. They take down Bok. The walls have been dropped. The snakes, they might be able to get the kill onto the Queen of Pain now as well. Queen's going to go down. Is this the fight that they need to take? But it looks like Carlo, he's got that Glimmer Cape. And now they just walk into Critch. And Critch just says, okay, come at me, bro. I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to kill all of you now as well. Carlo with the BKB. Freezing Field comes out. SC with the Death Ward. It's not going to be enough. Now Enryu, this is going to be a dieback if he gets caught out now as well. And again, the Aegis is still up for the next minute and a half. And Critch is just going to be diving in. He's in the anti-mage form, so he's got that blink forward now as well. Enryu is going to be the buyback from Asta. Do they want to go? There's going to be the Frostbite now as well. Coming in with that, again, the Aegis being popped. And it looks like Critch, he just says the second life is going to be the best life now. They get the kill onto Mavis. Is he going to be able to get himself away to the Remnant with a Frostbite? But he does jump himself out now as well. Avatar mode, the 4-star from SC. But still,
Anti-Mage just melted to Krish in that fight. We're gonna wait and see in the recap how much damage he did. But Krish, insane performance just then. Just only loses his 1 life at the end. He's very happy with that. How much damage did he do? He did 6,000 damage in that one fight. Wild performance by him. Yeah. You got Daedalus, You got Daedalus Morphling. You go full Agi. You're very happy.
And you forced out 2 buybacks as well. TNC really happy with this fight. They're going to be able to get themselves a second set of racks. Fortification will be used, but the creep wave's here. They're going to be able to carry on going. And again, no anti-mage for 17 seconds. 26 seconds onto the Death Prophet as well. They might just go for the third tier 3, but they're going to be able to get the Hex onto the Morphin. The Morphin, what can he do? He's got that BKB if he wants to go. Does he want to pop it? There's going to be the Pulverize coming through onto the Ember Spirit now as well. And Ember Spirit can't get himself away because Asta's chased him with the blink. One more right click, gets a slight fist off. Death Ward's going to go, and SC does have that Glimmer Cape going, but they do get the kill on here onto the Ember Spirit. Asta's a little deep. Do they want to try and carry on going onto SC? SC with the Glimmer Cape though. They have that Pulverize, the Onslaught, the damage. It's going to be enough, and they get the Hex onto the Primal Beast. But Fortune Soul, he has to get himself out with the Mana Shield now as well. It looks like the Spell Shield not going to be enough, and he just needs to run himself away. Enryu pops that BKB. He's going to try and get himself out with a new item, that Ogre Sealed Totem, but the Sonic Wave just bursts him down, blows him up, and TNC, they take down 4. It's just going to be GG here for Neon.
They call it realizing that no, there's just no way to handle it. Fortune Soul, I mean, again, at the end of the game, still second most farmed hero, but needed a little bit more space. TNC played their draft beautifully, but I kind of feel like Neon, they need to find a way to sort of stick together, maybe try to get a little bit more out of the map. They gave away way too much TNC in the early game, and that just led them to snowball to victory. Good performance by Fortune Soul. Yes, they lost, but he still did a decent job of getting his farm off, but in the end, it's just nowhere near enough. And TNC, everyone, I mean, dude, Carlos 2-0 at 17 on Crystal Maiden, but I think Krish doing really well in the mid lane and then just carrying the team later on was what really got them the victory.
Yeah, 11-1 on this Morphlin. Just so much impact. You take a look again. The Fortune Soul had to get to the Battle Fury before he really got online to start farming, and he was still 7k behind the Morphlin come that end of the game. So really well done there from the side of TNC Predator. But we are going to be taking another quick break, guys. It's going to be about 10 minutes before we get ourselves into the, I want to say, the last game of the day. Is it gone that quick?
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, well, yeah. So we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back with the final game of the day. TNC Predator 1-0 up against Neon. Can Neon pull it back to a 1-1 or TNC? Do they walk away with a win? We'll find out after the break.